Hello again, Internet. Let's get the more than likely overplayed elf deck out of the way. I know everyone's got a list, and they probably all look, alarmingly similar. So I just want to get this out of the way. No one wants to see this shit. But, we got to do every gold card, so we're building around Shaman of the Pack. Alright, real quick, the list. 4 Thornbow Archers, 1 Might of the Masses, 3 Dwynen's Elite, 4 Elvish Visionary, 1 Evolutionary Leap, 4 Reave Soul, 4 Deadbridge Shaman, 1 Nissa, 3 Jagged-Scar Archers. It's so stupid that they don't have reach. They can kill creatures with flying. I don't get it. Like, their arrows should do combat damage. But anyways, 3 Shaman of the Pack, 2 Dwynen, Gilt-Leaf, Daen, fuck if I know. 4 Alana, Huntmaster, 2 Gilt-Leaf Winnower, and then we're running 24 lands, but we're kind of running 22. So we have 7 swamps, 11 forests, 2 woodland cemeteries, and in place of the Golgari guild gates, I'm going to run the Evolving Wilds, because our curve is not too high. And I want to filter lands out of the deck anyways. And we don't really have too crazy color requirements. So I think the Evolving Wilds is fine over just running straight guild gates. I don't know. But anyways, it's an elf deck. You want to play a lot of elves. Now, some people are like, this guy is kind of cool. He's like a pulse tracker for elves. He is a 1/2, so he trades, I guess, with both halves of a Perilous Mirror. So that's kind of nice, I guess. Because usually, with the 1/1s, like, your Elvish Visionary will trade with the 1/1 part of the Perilous Mirror, and then the 2 damage will go and hit something else. Whereas the Thornbow Archer, they only get the 2 damage part out of it. And also, I want the 1-drop elves. Actually, let me go filter. There's no other 1-drop elves besides the Sunblade elf. And theoretically I could get some planes in here, especially since I'm running the Evolving Wilds, but for now I'm just gonna keep it simple. Because that is a good effect. But I'm just gonna keep it simple with the Thornbow Archer. Yeah, so you want to go Thornbow into Dwynen's Elite to immediately get the token. Visionary is self-explanatory. It's an elf. Cantrips. Again, the 1 Evolutionary Leap I don't like to run 2 because the second one's dead draw. And you don't need this to succeed, but when you do draw it, it's great. Kind of, like I said, like the Future Sight. The only removal spells we are running in this deck are the 4 Reave Souls, which are kind of industry standard, and then the Gilt-Leaf Winnower. Other than that, we don't really have too much in the way of interaction with our opponent's board, but usually you don't really care. Other than, Evolutionary Leap, a Deadbridge Shaman to force them to discard a card. And then, we have Jagged-Scar Archers too. But, where is he? The Alana Scarblade? Like, I don't really want to be discarding my elves to give a creature -X/-X till end of turn, because you can get blown out by removal spells, bounce spells. You're down a card, and for what? And, it's a 3-mana 1/1, and I don't really need the removal that bad. This is an elf. Jagged-Scar Archers is an elf. Shaman of the Pack, when it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses life equal to the number of elves you control. Now, for those of you who are not used to playing against Planeswalkers, since it's just losing life and not damage, you can't redirect the life loss to the Planeswalker. So even if, you're going to drain your opponent for 8, or not drain, but just make your opponent lose 8 life, you can't redirect that to the Planeswalker, because it's just life loss and not damage. Semantics, but it's a Magic game. You got to pay attention to that wording. 2 Dwynen, she is legendary, but, that effect is fucking far and away good enough to have the second Dwynen be a dead draw. It's not as big a deal as having an Evolutionary Leap be a dead draw, in my opinion. And then the Huntmasters, whenever you cast an elf spell, and it's just cast, So you put an Elf Warrior on the battlefield if you haven't played this deck. So if you have a Huntmaster out, you cast Shaman at a pack, then this trigger goes on the stack, then the 1/1 Elf Warrior comes on the field, and then the Shaman enters the field, and then its ability resolves. So you always get like a little bit of extra damage, you know, Huntmaster into Shaman. And then the Gilt-Leaf will hit any non-elf whose power and toughness aren't equal. Just remember, you know, when you're playing for this, non-elf is the key. And also the Thornbow Archer's ability won't trigger unless your opponent does not control an elf. So just be careful of that when you're doing your calculations. Sometimes I miss, like, I think Yeva's Force Mage is an elf. Like, I think I missed that once or twice because I'm stupid. Where are you? Yep, Elf Shaman. And yeah, it's an elf deck. Play a bunch of elves. Like, only run one Might of the Masses. Like, I'd rather just have more elves than, you know, more pump spells. Like, I don't know, I can see, like I said, you know, this is just, you know, kind of, not really rough draft, but certainly not finalized list. Like, I can see dropping, like, maybe a Reave Soul for another Might. I don't think I'd take anything else out, really, for that. I mean, you know, I guess these 5, these give you your flex spot, so you can think about what you want to do. And here's another deck. I know everyone and their mother wants to run Perilous Mirrors, but why in this deck? Just go for the max synergy, man. But speaking of Perilous Mirror, kind of a pain in the ass to deal with in this deck, but what can you do? No real evasion other than, you know, the Gilt-Leaf Winnower. Can't really give everyone trample. Yeah, just kind of go in hard, Bill Cosby style. All right, let's get this rolling. Back on the ladder. We left off where we leave off, rank 6 or 6-0. I'd say 2 of those wins were gifts. Yeah, we've had 2 gift wins, I think. Or maybe it was just one gift win. Yeah, the second Gruul game was a gift win. But actually, in that second Gruul game, someone pointed it out, I actually did have lethal if I would have, you know, played it differently. Like, I didn't have to depend on my opponent blocking the flame-shadowed Perilous Mirror. Like, what I would have done is swung with the 3 Elvish Visionaries. 2 of them would have gotten through, taking them down to 3. Then I play a Perilous Mirror, and then I ignition one of the Elvish Visionaries. So do 1 damage, taking my opponent down to 2, and then 1 damage to everything else, hitting the mirror, and then the mirror would do 2 damage to the dome, taking him all the way down. And it's the new Games with Gold, so Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes is done downloading, which is great. One of these days I'll play it, just like Assassin's Creed 4, which I haven't played yet, which I downloaded last month. So the 5-land elite into Deadbridge Shaman, I don't think this is keepable. And this is pretty horrid too, but what are you gonna do? Now the thing is, with all these, with the double evolving wilds, like, I might not hit a 4th land, which is going to be a problem. But I think I'm just gonna go forest for it, fetch forest, wilds, fetch forest. Oh, we're going in, boys. Mono red, boys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go forest, Deadbridge Shaman, and then something else. Or I can go... Actually, I'll go Visionary into Elite. That seems much better. And in that way, I can actually just get this Arsonist out of the way. So my Deadbridge Shaman, my 3/1, won't just get mowed down by the death trigger. Let's see if he wants to... He's on the Sack Steel deck. Homeboy does not want to trade. Alright, I'm still going to go Dwynen's Elite here. I'm going to get my 1 in. Actually, that was stupid. I'm a dumbass. Yeah, if I should have played it pre-combat. Because now I'm not... Well, either way, if I would have played it pre-combat, the 1/1 token from Dwynen's Elite, like, would have just been eaten by the Arsonist. So, I don't know. I'd have one more life, but one less Dwynen's Elite token. But I think we can function on 3 lands for a little bit. He's going to Twin Bolt now, which... Okay. 2 mana for 1 mana. I'm okay with that. So you can grind, you know, kind of grind us out here, but I'm okay with that. We did not get the 4th land, so I'm actually going to Deadbridge Shaman here, because if he wants to deal with it, then, you know, it's going to take him 2 cards. The card he uses, and then the card he discards. So this is why I didn't go over the other black 3-drop elf, the 2/2 Eyeblight Assassin, that gives a creature -1/-1 when it comes into play. I just think this guy is much better. Like, I don't think there's a whole lot of creatures like that you care about that -1/-1. Okay, Gravedigger. Gravedigger for Arsonist. Yeah, sure. I'm down with that. Land. Let's go, boys. So let's see what he wants to trade. If he wants to trade this, I'll get a Gravedigger and a card out of his hand, or he takes 3. I mean, we know he got back the Arsonist. He can easily just repitch that. But he does not want to discard a card. And if he swings, I'm not blocking with the Huntmaster. Now, for whatever reason, he's running Ignition. Like, I can't beat that card. It's just not happening. If I draw a 5th land, I'll probably Dwynen's Elite into Archers. Like, I'm gonna save Dwynen, Gilt-Leaf, Daen, you know, for the end. Cause like he doesn't really have too. He can act the treason, this bad boy. Okay, he just wants to do it now. He's okay. He will trade. Yes, you discard a card. Okay, an Arsonist and a card of his choosing for a Deadbridge Shaman and a 1/1 counter. I'm okay with that. Well, we gotta watch out for the treasons. I actually really want to hit a 5th land here. Obviously, will block now if he swings. Wish this thing had flash. Okay, good. That's really good for us. So I don't want to Shaman of the Pack yet. Like, I want to hit him for way more before we do that. And I'm actually going to offer up the Huntmaster. It's done its job. I want to get this fucking blood flow off the field. The only way it happens is if he double blocks. Or you can be stupid and block, sack the Gravedigger. Okay, that's fine with me. Like, he still has, like, no good treason targets. I don't know, he didn't sack the Gravedigger there to buff his blood flow, so that's no good. See, in 2015, I'd be like, oh, they have Inferno Titan. Now I don't have to worry about that shit. Which is good. So he does not have a treason. So I still don't think I can end this with a Dwynen. Maybe I can. But actually, I think I'll Dwynen here and then Shaman for lethal. Because Shaman's only going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 because the Huntmaster trigger. And Dwynen will do an extra 5 and force some uncomfortable blocks. So yeah, I think I'll Dwynen here. I want to bluff Might of the Masses. I don't need to play that land. And you know, Shaman of the Pack will be more than lethal if he doesn't top deck Ignition. But he has to block here. Like I'm going with everyone. He can't just let this through. So how did he block? I don't really know what happened there. So if he ignitions, the archers will live, Dwynen will live, and Huntmaster will live. But he doesn't have the ignition, so it's over. So I mean, even outside of combat damage, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Shaman will do 9. Unless he just, like, you know, Hail Marys, throwing knife something, and drop that back down to 8. But, you know, Emilio Villa, thanks for playing. I will continue playing. See if we can get another elf. Nope. Alright, so we'll just end it. So as you can see, the Huntmaster trigger will resolve first. And Shaman will come through and end the game. So what are we at? 7? Lucky 7, boys? We're still that stupid vampire? I liked it better when it was Chun-Li. Alright, let's do some more. Yep, here we go. I gotta go do that. Fairly annoying. Yeah, that guy is obviously on a starter deck. But also, you know, the twin bolts and, you know, some of the stuff he was doing didn't make much sense. But, you know, I also, you know, I guess kind of sort of misplayed at that Elvish Visionary swing into his Arsonist. As I took an extra point of damage, but I saved an elf token. So maybe, like, in the long run, that was actually better. I honestly didn't expect him to block either. Yeah, I think actually just taking that point of damage is better than losing an elf token, especially, you know, in an elf deck that just wants to make a shit ton of elves. Because then, you know, that Dwynen's Elite is basically just a 2-2 or a 2-mana 2-2. So I wonder if I should not make my deck box stuff so obvious. We can't keep this because we don't know if we're going to draw the second forest, even though it's highly likely. I'm not going to take that chance. This, on the other hand, we have a double removal, but all we have is a visionary. Alright, Suntail Hawk. Not quite as troublesome as... Yeah, of course I would draw that off the top. Why wouldn't I? That's fine. Hey, look, no hold priority, so... See, on the flip side, you know, that could actually give away that I do have a pump spell. I have a 1-mana green spell that I can cast that I'm choosing not to. And there's no reason why I just wouldn't play a Sunblade Elf there. Alright, Aura boys. We'll just go turn 2 Reave Soul, then turn 3 Visionary into Thornbow. I think that's a fair line. I don't want that to get any bigger. I don't really know. I mean, what does he have? 2 planes? I mean, he can go like Mountain Inferno Fist, then I'm fucked. So I'm just gonna play it safe here. You know, I'm down for a 2-for-1. Oh wait, no, it was blue. I don't know, he could have had a counterspell. I don't fucking know. I don't think blue has any auras outside of claustrophobia. It used to be blue-white flyers. There's another Reave Soul. Well, you know, triple Reave Soul is... It's going to be fairly decent against a blue-white flyers deck. Because outside of a Soul Blade Djinn, you don't really have a whole lot of interaction. Or, I mean, a whole lot of ways to get out of Reave Soul range. I mean, they have the Flash Drake, but then, you know, the Flash Drake himself just dies to Reave Soul. Oh, there's old Scrappy. Do I want to blow a Might of the Masses on that? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if I can hit an untapped land. Yeah, I'm just gonna soul it because the Might can actually end the game. So there's another 1 damage. Yeah, it controls no elves, and another 2. So it's a 17. Watch out, boys. We're coming for you. Next turn. Well, he could have the Djinn. The Soul Blade Djinn. You guys watch Soul Train or Soul Taker? You can't really hear the word soul without, you know, saying something stupid. So I think I just take a turn off to Huntmaster here. Like he's not showing me red. And he really can't swing. So now I'm just gonna make, you know, a big army. I mean, I really only have 1 trigger right now, but whatever. I'm gonna get the 2nd black for Gilt-Leaf Winnower, which would hit that. So, you know, I'm still experimenting with, you know, some decks, like the faster decks, I run Evolving Wilds. And then the mid-range / control decks, I'll run the Guild Gates. And, you know, I gotta watch that turn timer like a hawk. Okay, he wants to go in. Okay with that. That'll probably be another nice Reave Soul there. I don't think there's any, there's no unsummons. So let's see here. Do that. Deadbridge. So Might is 6. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We get him down to pretty much almost dead. Yeah, I think I was gonna do it now. 10, 11, 12, 3. We get him down to 4. I don't think there's any life linkers in blue-white. I mean, I guess he can go. It's Jaboy, Murklurker. And then into Swamp. That would be hilarious. I mean, he could displacement wave me. But then Alana would still be there. Or he can gain life. So that's fairly annoying. Do I still have lethal? That'd be 1. So the thing is, this is a 2/2. He doesn't have an elf. So he blocks a 3, so it'd be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I still have lethal if he doesn't play another blocker. And Maybe he's doing the math too. He's not even gonna try and bluff it. Like, if he has Celestial Flare, I think I still get him. Yeah, so 3, 4. Yeah, Celestial Flare would just make it exactly lethal. And I can't really think of anything else. And I don't know, maybe, yep. There we go, first hate mail. Alright, let's read it on camera, boys. You are going to be 3 same card magic dollar boys. Here we go. That's funny. Oh shit. Luis Dark 97. That's right. Dollar boys. Alright, so yeah, so even through the second. Actually, no, not through the second blocker. Like, why did he concede? Alright, so he blocks Huntmaster. So he takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goes to 2. And then I would lose my Alana. He would lose his he would lose a card. That would leave me with 4. Yeah, I think I still do it. There's 1. It's unblockable. I mean, he's got to block both 3/3s. It's gonna, yeah. I mean, it can't be any other block than that. Oh, Angelic Edict's in this game? I had fucking no idea. Alright, Skyhill School will not do it, because I only have to get through with 1 guy. Thanks to Thornbow. Yeah, he had a reprisal and a land. That was kind of a funny comment. Three of the same card. Dollar boys. And there we go. I mean, probably a little premature on that Might of the Masses. But whatever, we got there. Not really worried too much about blue-white blowing us out. Like, I mean, I guess I was worried, you know, about a bounce spell, so I wanted to do it while he was tapped out. I mean, it was good for 6. Rank 8, boys. 8-0. Trying to live the 40-0 dream. Thing is, we're going to be doing it with a lot of different decks. I doubt we'll get there. All right, we'll do one more with barely Legolas. Let's see if I can find some hot Legolas Gimli / fiction drawings online for the thumbnail. Yeah, maybe I really should just change my decks not to be so obvious. I tried to match it. I didn't have a boy elf, so I kind of, that girl I picked for my deck looks kind of elfy. She looks kind of elfy too. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Let's go. Rank 9, boys. 8-0. This will be the one I lose. I mean, we have a Reave Soul, but we have to hit a forest. Like, I haven't done them. Like, when I got 11 forests, he's down to 6. I don't want to keep that. This is bad, too. I basically, you know, have 3 cards I can't cast. Oh, shit. Whoa, it just fucking automatically kept it for me? Did my time run out? So I actually should have kept the second hand with the Visionary and the Reave Soul and the mana to cast it, because this hand is not that good. And then we immediately draw one of our 2 5-drops. So we're gonna lose to the rank 0 guy. Everyone's on Rakdos. Like, everyone for, well, I guess that last guy, he was on blue-white flyers. But, you know, everyone has Perilous Mirrors. They should have just not made that, like, available from the get-go, because nobody's gonna stop playing them. Okay, good. At least our mana's fixed now. We still would like a 5th land for the Gilt-Leaf. I guess the Wilds is decent. Don't have an aura, please. Okay, that's good. I mean, I guess I'll just keep taking this 1 to hold off the Child of Night. And I'm not worried about getting hit from 1 a turn. I am worried about him gaining 2 life every turn now. See, I just don't know. I mean, the shock is nice, but like it just doesn't do much. Question is, do I save Thornbow? No, Thornbow can actually block Mirror. And I really won't get blown out by Twin Bolt here. So, I mean, if he swings with both, then, you know, Visionary on Child, Thornbow on Perilous Mirror trigger, Death Trigger, probably finish off the Thornbow Archer. And that is something I'm okay with. Alright, so I'm fine with this. I'm not the beatdown right now. Just trying to stabilize. So let's see what he wants to finish off. Alright, so he does want to finish that off, which is fine by me. Do I want to show him I have a 2nd swamp? Yeah, sure, why not? Just gonna hold back on the Visionary. He's got 2 cards. I don't think I block with the Alana. Hopefully he leaves Corpse Hauler shields down. So yeah, this guy just did Gideon's campaign. I don't even think he's opened any packs yet. Everything's got the D. Alright, 1 black mana. What could he have for 1 black mana that can blow me out? Probably nothing. So I'm actually gonna nail this with a Gilt-Leaf while I can. Because I don't want the recursion loop to start happening. Because I can hit the Child of Night, but then, you know, he'll just get it back. But he also has to leave up mana all the time. But no, I want his recursion gone, because he could play something crazy. Guess I want to use this ability. I mean, I can offer up the Alana for both guys. We know he has a mirror in hand and an unknown card. Yeah, let's do it. Because it'll make a Gilt-Leaf easier to get in. Because it has to be gang blocked. Okay, I'm okay with that. I mean, I lose a little bit of my engine. But he's gotta have a 2nd creature. So we know one of them's Mirror. There's the one we knew about. Let's make sure that's actually Menace and not Intimidate. Yeah. Alright, so an unknown card. Could be a land. Traitor's Instinct? Sure. I'll go to 13. That's no biggie. Yeah, I'm not gonna block. I'm gonna lose 2 of my guys to save 6 damage. Alright, so he's top decking. We're at 13. Let's see, even if we draw a Dwynen, it doesn't do... Or we could draw a Shaman at a pack. So let's do this pre-combat. Reave Soul doesn't really do anything, so I'm going to save it. So if he just wants to, you know, eat 2 1/1s, the fuck is that? 2 or more creatures. This guy's gonna fucking try and glitch me out. Yep, you can't do that. Alright, much better. I mean, you know, I'll trade a token and a visionary there. I mean, I didn't really lose any value. So I guess I just get the 3rd swamp. Because my double green cards, I would need a joke. Alright, now we gotta be careful. I mean, not too careful. We're at 7. Now I'm just gonna get a forest. Because I can't really see myself having a need for triple green or triple black on a turn. Alright, so he takes that. It's at 10, so next turn he'll go to 9 or go to 1. I mean, does he have another Traitorous Instinct? Nope. Alright, so we can't lose now. Oh, yeah. And there's lethal. And yep. Remember, always bluff. Don't just play out your last land. It doesn't do anything, but help your opponent. Alright, so our own Gilt-Leaf Winnower did 12 damage to us. Rank 9, boys. See, this ladder is kind of stupid. That guy was rank 0. Probably hadn't even opened a pack, and I get a rank for that. They should have made this like somewhat ELO, or at least, you know, for as much as I want people to separate duels from Hearthstone, they should have fucking taken Hearthstone's ladder and just made this a little bit more, I guess, interesting. Like his, you know, I've played 9 games, 9-0. I mean, obviously that rate can't last, but it's pretty safe to say that most people who play with any regularity, you know, really, no matter what their skill level, are going to hit 40 before, you know, it resets for Battle for Zendikar. So it really just doesn't, I don't know. I kind of like the rankings to mean something, you know, a little carrot to dangle. But alright, that was enough elves. You guys got the fucking gist of it. But yeah, see, it says season rankings origins, so I assume when Battle for Zendikar comes out, it'll be season ranking Battle for Zendikar, or BFZ, whatever. So, you know, I don't think it'll be too hard for the average Duels enthusiast to always have 40s in those blocks. But, alright, that's enough. Holy shit, that was almost 40 minutes of elves. Alright, well, I'm going to stop here and then get this uploaded, and then move on to the next one. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Later, everyone.